Growing up in Edison, New Jersey, I was always considered the majority of the population. I was surrounded by diversity my entire life, and the only reason why I'm actually here today is because of the birthright citizenship law that I was granted by my mom, who happens to be an immigrant when she gave birth to me. According to Donald Trump, he wants to get rid of the birthright citizen law in order to keep people from gaining U.S. Citizenships and benefits, and he wants to keep families closer. According to The Guardian, Donald Trump states it's about keeping families together while at the same time being sure that we have a very powerful, very strong border, and border security will be equal, if not greater, than previously. Trump contradicts his own belief because he actually built up a wall that separated families. General Attorney Jeff Sessions stated from CNN Politics, "If you're smuggling a child, then we're going to prosecute you, and that child will be separated from you." Trump wanted to do an immigration reform. However, he didn't specify his focus. So the idea of the birthright law, he just wanted to omit completely, disregarding the fact that his wife was an immigrant when they were married, and now that means that his youngest child would technically be an immigrant too. In 2006, Trump gave birth to Barron William. Their son is Donald Trump's fifth child. That same year, she also became a U.S. citizen. So that states that before Melania got married to Trump, she was an immigrant, and she didn't become a U.S. citizen until after the fact that they got married and after the fact that they had their fifth son. Trump doesn't realize that abolishing the 14th Amendment pertains to his child and his wife. Melina is a Novo Mestonia civilian native. However, according to the National Republic Radio, Donald Trump stated, "We're the only country in the world where a person comes in, has a baby, and the baby is essentially a citizen of the United States for 85 years, with all the benefits. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It has to end." So he thinks the idea of abolishing the 14th Amendment will get rid of people who use up benefits, although his wife is one of the people that uses the benefits that come from the U.S., and his son is as well. I don't disagree, but there are also two sides to abolishing the 14th Amendment. The one side is you can do it, and the other side is more realistic. It's an understanding that abolishing the birthright law is eliminating all but white Americans. If you look at this map, this is an overview from 2010 of all the ethnic groups and races in the world. So in orange are what's considered the whites that live in the United States, and that is only approximately about, I'd say, 1/4 of the United States, and all the other colors represent Asia, Black, Hispanic, Native American, Pacific Islander, and multi-ethnic. So if we were to get rid of all the other races, and if you're looking at this correctly, the whites would only be in this region. So then anywhere around here, you would be eliminating all the races and the other people and the other ethnic groups that are there. 61% of my survey showed that someone knew someone that wasn't born in the USA but now currently lives here. And 100% of my survey says that even though they weren't born here, they shouldn't leave just because of that fact. They should stay here because majority of the people that are here in order to get a better life for themselves. Trump claims that immigrants in the USA are taking away from U.S. citizens. However, there are many statutes and policies that in place to prove otherwise. For example, the affirmative action. It's in place to give minorities a better chance and equal opportunity as whites. Now that goes against what Donald Trump is saying. That would mean that affirmative action is for minorities when affirmative action is for white people and instead it's for minorities. According to Liberty of Congress, the 14th Amendment is a promising statute of life, liberty, or property without due process of law or to deny any person with its judicial the equal protection of the laws. Abolishing the 14th Amendment is unconstitutional because many of the U.S. wouldn't be here without it. According to the new census, the foreign-born population stood at 13.7% in 2017, or you can consider that 44.5 million people. Along with being unconstitutional, it takes away the letter and spirit of the 14th Amendment, places those born in this country on equal footing, and the executive order that strips away the citizenship would create a permanent group of second-class citizens and invite litigation. that is from the New York Times Politics. Now, being from New Jersey, I wanted to get a representative that showed his equal rights and showed the way that he felt that this would be ridiculous. So Bob Hugan, a New Jersey representative candidate that's running for Senate, states, "We're a nation of immigrants made better by diversity of its people, especially in New Jersey. We need compassion, comprehensive immigration reform now." The 14th Amendment is in order to place a better life for people. It would be considered an ethnic cleansing if we were to get rid of it. According to Jess Morales Rockatuo from New York Times, this is an attempt to white out Americans' history and its heritage as a nation of immigrants. To conclude, this would be considered an act of hate and racism. The 14th Amendment is in place in order to create better lives. So if we were to get rid of it, we would get rid of a lot of people. And from my personal experience, I wouldn't be able to have my doctors that I see now and some of my professors that I am here. Although I live in a state that is primarily white people, a lot of people do side with me.